Hello, you guys. This is Trina from Aloma Life Coaching, and I am here for day 14, the last day of the Love Taps Challenge, 14 Days to Connection. And today is day 14. As usual, I am going to take a couple of seconds here just to share this video out. If you have a share button, as usual, please do the same. Share it out to your pages, to your friends, or someone you think may need to hear this. As you can see, I am back in my space. I am back in my space. For the most part, I still have some fixing up I kind of want to take care of, but that is okay. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. So let's see what else I got to do. Let me see. I am going to share it out to my group. Guys, if you are not part of my group yet, it is finding you again. This is the perfect time to join. This is the perfect time to join my group. And there we go. Successfully shared with that as well. Hey, Keisha! Tonight is going to be something, okay? I got to make 14 something kind of interesting here. And what it is I am here to share the secret of dating out here in this world today, preparing yourself to date, just getting in the right mindset to date, doing things the right way. Hey, boo! Okay, so because I have it looks like a lot of notes, but I just made the print big so I can see, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. And please, please, please feel free to add your comments, your thoughts, about the things that I say. A couple of them may be a little sensitive, but that's okay. That's okay. I am saying this out of love, folks, because I love y'all so much. I'm saying this out of love, okay? So we're going to get started. The first thing is to get in the right mindset. This is one thing that I find a lot when it comes down to being in relationships or getting into relationships. And that is a lot of times we say things out of our mouth that totally contradicts what's in our hearts. So I call this first thing, stop lying. Acting like you don't want to be in a relationship. You say it enough, you're going to make it so. Stop lying. The first thing is stop lying. Sometimes we don't even realize it's a lie. Sometimes we just think that's the thing to say. I'm not looking for anything serious. I'm trying to learn myself. I'm trying to find myself. And that is good stuff. Finding yourself is good stuff. But if you have found yourself, don't continue to say that, because then you speak things into existence as I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm still trying to find myself. I'm not trying to get into these guys. You know what I'm saying? So stop lying to yourself and to the world. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be in a relationship. I think God made us to want to be with each other. So the right somebody, but stop saying that you don't want to be in a relationship. And all this thing, when we go through things and our heart get broken, and I totally understand we go through a down part, but we got to stop saying all men are dogs. We got to stop saying all women are desperate, all women are itches and hoes and all these other things, because when you speaking it, all the people that come into your life will be those things, dogs and hoes. Because you're speaking it. Your words are your world. You have to be truthful to yourself and stop speaking those negative things. And like I said, I understand when your heart is broken. When your heart is broken and you want to protect yourself. And we gotta stop that. We gotta stop. And the thing about it is, we close our hearts up. How are you gonna find love if you're scared? If you're scared of love? And the thing is, love is not anything to be afraid of. What you're afraid of are those idiots that come in and pretending like they're love. Stop saying, open your heart up. Be ready to be vulnerable. Being in love is about being vulnerable sometimes. That's what it's about. We may get hurt, and that's okay. And I'm going to talk to you about that too, to kind of get you through that as well, so we can get on to it. And this is going to be a really sensitive one. Stop using religion as your excuse. Stop using religion as your excuse. I don't even know what else to say from that. Yes, get yourself together. Yes, you do need to spend time to find yourself. But once you found yourself, once you know you're in a space to be, that you're ready to be in a relationship, stop saying, I'm not saying God is not all you need, because, you know, in reality, you know what? That may be perfectly true. That may be all you need, but you want a mate. You want to be in a... Stop saying that. God knows your heart. God knows that you desire to be in a loving relationship. And putting God in that space, putting Jesus in that space, putting the, you know, anything that you can, whatever you're using as your excuse, whether it's religion or if it's self-development, whatever it is, stop using it as an excuse. I'm not saying take it out of your life, because we all need God. Without him, we are nothing. But stop using God as an excuse to take the place of what you feel in your heart and what he knows you desire. Get the right mindset, y'all, okay? That's number one. Number two, don't do commitment behavior when there hasn't been a commitment made, okay? Don't do that. Take the time to get to know the person that you're dealing with. Hey, Mercedes, how you doing? Glad you caught me on my last day, my last night of love taps anyway. Get to know this woman. Get to know this man. Take the time to get to know him. Stop making it like as soon as you meet somebody, you all of a sudden in a commitment, and you're doing the behaviors as if you're in a commitment when it's not. No commitment has been made. No commitment has been made. You could be meeting a person's representative. You may not even have the right person. You know, so take the time it takes to get to know a person, and stop going from you know, think you just met somebody to all of a sudden you're in a commitment. This is not the time to assume that having fun implies commitment. It does not. Hanging out does not imply commitment. It's just hanging out. Talking every day does not imply commitment, y'all, okay? Until you have a person and you are in that person, out your mouth say, we are in a committed relationship where we are exclusive and we're dating each other and we're not interested in dating anybody else. You ain't got a commitment. You got a hangout partner. You got a friend. Stop doing commitment behaviors when a commitment doesn't exist. Okay? And this is the way you look at relationships when it comes down to being able to open your heart without the fear of the hurt. Yes, it is going to hurt if you break up with somebody, and that's totally normal. That's what heartbreak means. It means your heart feels as if it's breaking. But guys, every relationship is a lesson. Every relationship is a lesson until your last one. And even then, you still learn some stuff. But every relationship before your last one is a lesson. And if you don't, if you close your heart to those relationships, how are you going to get the lessons that you need? You got to get the lessons before you get to the one that's for you. You got to go through it. Every relationship. Some relationships tells you what you want. Then there's the relationships that tell you what you don't want. I mean, but you have to go through each one of them to get that lesson. It's like a break. Okay, this is how you look at when you're in a relationship and you're afraid of, you know, the breakup or him ghosting or her leaving or whatever. Think of it like this. A breakup is like being promoted to the next grade. If every relationship is a lesson, every breakup is a promotion to the next lesson, to the next grade. That means get that lesson, learn that lesson, go to the next grade. Okay? Hey D, hey Tamika, I see y'all coming in. Getting into a relationship is not an engagement. It is only a lesson. It's not an engagement. And like I said, some relationships help you know what you want. Some help you know what you don't want. But you have to go through those relationships to figure it out. That's right. Learn the lesson, Keisha, and move on. That's exactly what you have to do. Another mistake we make when we get into these things, because we want to be with someone so badly. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? We want to be with somebody so badly that we go from first date to wedding. And tell me you don't do it, because we do. We all done it before. We see somebody we like, we get a good conversation going. The next thing you know, we in bed fantasizing about what our wedding's going to be like. Or what this is going to be like. Right? You go from first date to wedding. Hey, Tamika, how you doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? When you start a job, you don't start planning your retirement party, do you? Right? You don't start planning your retirement party. When you go to kindergarten, you ain't planning your graduation. Don't do that when you meet somebody. When your first date, you don't start fantasizing about your wedding. Because what it's going to do is you're going to start putting things in your head that you believe this person can be or potential to be, and this person haven't displayed any of that. I'm trying to tell y'all, Keisha, I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to tell all of us, this applies to every last one of us. We put so much stock in that feeling that we go so far above and beyond what is right there in front of us. And we go from kindergarten to graduation. They ain't learned nothing. You ain't had recess. You ain't had your first slide down the slide. You ain't had your third grade crush. You ain't had your games that you played in the sixth. You don't went from kindergarten to graduation. Don't do that. Don't do that in relationships. You don't go from first date to wedding. Go with the flow when you're meeting somebody. Take that time it takes to learn. You got to learn it. Like I said, there is major living and learning and loving along the way. And you got to get it. In order for you to get it, you got to go through it. You have to. To skip it makes you feel like, you miss out vital points. You miss out some good stuff in the meantime. Y'all know what I'm saying, right? Don't go from kindergarten to graduation. You don't do that anywhere else. So don't do it in your relationships when you meet people. You take your lesson. If it means you go to the second grade, you go to the second grade. You get promoted. Every breakup is a promotion. Get your lesson and keep it moving. Okay? The quicker you learn, right? The quicker you learn. Don't make it fit just because you want it so badly. Don't try to make it fit just because you want it so badly. See what's there. See what is real. See what's right in front of you. Y'all know my saying. Y'all know my saying. Don't be trying to paint no red flag pink. See what's exactly there. Promotion, Kathy? Yes. Every breakup is a promotion to the next grade. You got your lesson, because every relationship is a lesson. When you break up from that lesson, you go to the next. When you learn that lesson, you break up from the relationship, you go to the next grade. Okay. Got it, girl. Hell yes, that's what I'm saying. Be willing to embrace the facts that are there. This is one space where fairy tales are not allowed. I don't care what mama said. I don't care what daddy said. Fairy tales are not allowed in this space. You accept what is there in front of you. You accept what is there in front of you. You read the signs. You do the research. You recognize the truth. And y'all know what I'm going to say next. You don't paint red flags pink. Stop trying to do that. Recognize this person for who they are. I don't care how fine they are. I don't care how tall they are. I don't care how dark they are. You better recognize what's in front of you and recognize those facts. Don't try to make up fairy tales around it. Now, y'all, I heard this and I think y'all appreciate this. Don't allow yourself to be a docking station just because you're lonely and he needs somewhere to plug up. Y'all got it? That's right, Tamika. Don't paint them pink. Do not allow yourself to be a docking station just because you're lonely and he needs somewhere to plug in. Now, you guys know when your phone is going bad, when your battery is dying on your phone, you ask anybody, you ask a stranger for a docking station. Oh my gosh. If your battery is low, you would ask anybody for a docking station. This is the same thing when it goes to you and your body, and it comes down to people. Do not let that man plug up just because you're lonely. Don't let him plug in just because if his battery is low. He don't care where he plug it at. He don't care where he plug it at. And like I said, think about what you do with your own phone when it goes down. Wait for your own personal charger. How about that? All right. Hey, Renee. How you doing? Oh my God. Y'all, there are levels to this relationship thing. But it's easy. Just know I'm telling you the basics. I'm telling you the basics. Wait for your own personal charger. Do not become a docking station just because you're lonely and he needs somewhere to plug. Don't do it, y'all. Okay. Now, when I say there's levels, I'll wait. After 10 years, I will wait. Whew. Wait for your own personal charger, right, Kathy? Wait. So, guys, okay. And what I want to tell you about the levels, there are so many different levels in a relationship. Just like there's grades in school, just like there's years in retirement, just like there's everything. Just like there's levels in everything, there's levels in relationships. When you skip levels, you are lulled into a false sense of comfort, feeling like you've gone through everything. You haven't. You missed so many things. You miss things that you need to recognize. You miss things that you need to know. So, say if you meet a guy and you hit it off. I mean, like, good conversation. You looking good. He looking good. Everything is going right. Chemistry is there and everything. And you go from meeting a guy to becoming intimate with the guy. You have missed about 5 steps in between where you get to know who he is. You get to know some of his bad habits. You get to know if he's crazy. You get to know what his family is like. You skip all these different steps just because you've been lulled into that false sense that you have already gone through them, and you haven't. You went from point A to point E, and you skip B, C, D, and E. You miss all those lessons that those things had to give to you, and in return, what happens is you specialize in A and you specialize in E. That's what you get. And then what you have to do, before you go too far, you're going to have to go back and get B, C, and D, and you're going to have to start from the beginning again. Take the lessons as they come. Take the levels in the proper order. Take the levels in the proper order. Don't get lulled into that false sense of thinking that just, okay, we had a good conversation, so yeah, we're compatible, so we can sleep together. Now, I'm not telling y'all, I'm not telling y'all who to sleep with, when to sleep with. And what I'm telling you is, when you're looking for a relationship, when you're looking for a committed relationship, and you're trying to get to the point where you are with the person that you're supposed to be with or you need to be with, there are lessons that has to be learned in the process. If you skip those grades, it's like coming into winter and skipping spring and summer, and you go straight to fall. You have missed all that beautiful stuff in between. You miss all the green and the rain and the sun and all the other stuff that happens in between. There are levels, guys. Take the time to go through each level. Each level is a learning experience. Learn about his family history. Learn why his last relationship didn't last, or her relationship didn't last. Learn how he reacts when he's angry. Before you get that physical tie, that sexual tie with somebody, go through the process of learning exactly who they are. And then when that time comes, you know you're ready for that next step, and you haven't skipped all that stuff in between. And then you're looking around wondering why your baby daddy don't want to pay child support. Keisha says there are lessons that has to be learned. If not, you will have to redo it all over until you learn from it. Exactly. You will. You will have to relearn it. You have to relearn and do it. Who want to keep going through that? Get your lesson. I'm telling you, each level is awesome. It's just like, each level is awesome. I say it's just like aging. Every level, it seems like it gets better and better to me anyway. But I don't want to put that, if that's not your thing, I don't want to say it's like that. Whatever that is, growth. How about that? Growth is awesome. Every time you learn something new, you get stronger and stronger. You don't want to skip and have that big hole in the middle and you have to come back and do it again. You don't want to do that. people communicate. This is another thing. Communicate. No one is a mind reader. Say what you want. Say what you need. Try. This is what I say. If you can't say what you want and say what you need, how would that conversation happen afterwards? I mean, what happens then? Do you censor yourself? Do you become someone who's censored and you're not able to speak what you feel? Say what you need. Say what you desire. Because I'm going to tell you, if that person's not for you, it's not going to matter anyway, is it? You just have censored yourself for no reason. Say what you need and get a better lesson. Get a better lesson out of it. Except for the hot flashes. What is it? Say what you mean and mean what you say. Right. Tell them. Tell them. Ain't nobody is a mind reader. To assume, if a person asks you how you're doing and you're like, fine, and you know you're not. Or if your man asks you how you feel and the person you're talking to asks you how you feel and you say, fine, you know you're not. What is he supposed to do? He's listening to what you say. If a person asks you how you feel and you really don't know how the answer is, say that. I know I'm feeling something, but I can't put it into words right now, but we can revisit because I'm feeling something. Once I get the words together. And don't say nothing and then get upset because he believes you. Or she believes you. Don't assume anything. If you don't have the words to say, say that. Exactly. No one is a mind reader. And y'all, this is the last part of it. I'm going to go back through them again just so we make sure we get them. But this is the last part of it. Embrace the process and be unapologetically you. Okay? Don't act one way in the beginning to try to get them and then change it up and think things going to remain the same. That is not fair. As a matter of fact, that should be like a lawsuit because that's misrepresentation. Start the way you're going to finish it, okay? Start the way you're going to finish it. Whatever you go into, that's why I say if you're authentically you, you don't have to worry about it because you're going to always be you and you don't have to worry about changing that up at any particular time. It's hard to get them, y'all, but it's even harder to keep them. It's hard to get them, but it's even harder to keep them, okay? I'm going to run through it real quick again because I think this is very important. If you are trying to date successfully, outside of all this other stuff that they tell you that be this, be that, no, you don't have to be, y'all have to excuse me, my lips are dry. That's why I keep, my lips are dry. But I don't care what they say. Be you. Be authentically you. That's right. Don't send in your representative in the beginning, then show up with your attitude later. That is exactly what I'm saying. Then wonder why people act different. You sending in two different people. You went from A to Z, and you think people are supposed to respond the same way to Z as they respond to A. It's unfair, and you wouldn't want it to happen to you. Go in with who you are from the beginning, then you don't have to worry about how a person's going to treat you or how you're going to feel about it because you will have it right then and right there. Number one, get in the right mindset. Stop lying, acting like you don't want to be in a relationship when you know you want to be, and stop using religion as an excuse. All men are not dogs, and all women are not hoes. And if you speak it, that's probably what you're going to run into because that becomes your world. Do not do commitment behavior when a commitment does not exist. It ain't up to you to worry about who they texting. It ain't up to you to worry about where they at. You are not in a committed relationship. You don't do commitment behavior. Look at each relationship as a lesson. You have to get the lesson. And remember that anytime you go through a breakup, open your heart up to receive love. And remember this, and when you go through a heartbreak, every relationship is a lesson and every breakup is a promotion. Because when you break up, you've learned, that means your lesson should have been learned, okay? Learn that lesson, keep it moving. Every breakup is a promotion. Don't plan your wedding on the first date. You don't plan graduation when you go into kindergarten. You don't plan your retirement party when you first start a job. Don't do it in a relationship. Don't start planning that wedding of somebody you haven't even gone through A through Y with, okay? Don't go from A to Z, okay? There are many, many lessons to learn in between. Don't try to make it fit just because you want it really bad. See what's right there in front of you. Look at reality. Don't allow yourself to be a docking station just because you're lonely and he wants to plug in somewhere. Don't allow yourself to be that docking station. Don't be that plug-in. Don't be that charger when your battery is low. When your own battery is low, you use anybody's docking station to get it charged. Don't be a docking station just because you're lonely and he needs somewhere to plug in. Wait for your own personal charger. Recognize that there are levels to relationship. If you skip one, you're going to have to come back and learn it eventually the hard way. Okay? Communicate. Nobody is a mind reader. Say what you mean what you say. And y'all embrace the process and be unapologetically you. Then you don't have to worry about changing because you are who you are. And if a person fall in love with you and you fall in love with that person, then they fall in love with you. And you don't have to ever worry about trying to put up an act. Okay? Anybody have anything before I give you your Love Tap Challenge for day 14, your final day of Love Taps challenges? And how many people been doing the challenges, really? Honestly, y'all. Have y'all been doing the challenges? Even if it's one or two of them. Have anybody been doing the challenges? I hope so. It's very small things, but those small things can mean so much if you do them at the right time and you do it with the right attitude for the right person, even if that right person is for yourself. So anyway, Love Tap Challenge for day 14, the final tap. Okay? You danced, you sang, you wrote poems, you ran bath waters, you filled your car up, you've massaged and body and scalp massage. Today's challenge is this: be kind. Let them win. Let them win. Let them win this one day. Whoever it is, let them win. Whoever you encounter, and you always want to have that last word, let them win that day. Let them win tomorrow. Okay? Let the people who are angry fuse out and don't participate with it. Don't participate in that craziness. Just let them win. Let them get up. Let them have that one. And breathe. Right. And just breathe. And then, give yourself a hug. Give yourself a hug or something, because you know what? In the end, it really don't matter. All the small stuff, all the bickering, all the little stuff. Be kind. Just be kind to people and give them a day. Maybe they haven't won anything in a long time. You don't have to be right every single time, even if you are. Okay? Even if you are. So, guys, I was stepping. Okay, guys, so I don't know what I don't know what I was stepping mean, but this is what I got, guys. I went through these 14 days of this Love Taps challenge, and I really appreciate each and every last one of you for coming in with me. Now, there have been a couple of people who have been consistent viewers, and I have something for you. Miss Kathy Orlando and Miss Keisha King, you guys have been consistent viewers and participants of my video, and I have for you a copy of my love journal that I've recently completed, and I will be getting that to you. It is an electronic copy, of course, and all you have to do is download the pages and place them in your beautiful binder or however you need to place them. They are thought prompted. A few pages have thought prompts where you can enter, where it kind of asks you the question to get your thoughts going for you to journal in. But, and then there's empty pages where you can create more pages as you need from that. So, yes, Miss Kathy, and yes, Miss Keisha. and I appreciate every last one of you. My love journal is available if you would like to purchase it. If you'd like to purchase it, it's only $17. And it is... I wish I would have I could have shown it to you guys. But like I said, it is a electronic copy of the journal, and all you have to do is download the pages and journal away. So guys, with that being said, thank you all so much for being here with me for these last 14 days. I pray that your Valentine's Day is beautiful, and you guys know that it's all about love. It has nothing to do with the amount of people. It can be you, it can be a million people, but it's all about love. Love yourself, love your mates, love your family. Okay, y'all. I am going to end that today. And you guys, please, if you haven't joined my Finding You Again group, please head over to that way and join that group so that you can stay up to what Alone with Life Coaching has going on. And guys, with that, I'm going to end this broadcast right now. And I will see you guys on the other side. Have a good night.